Candy Montgomery's story starts in a quiet Texas town where everyone thought they knew each other. On the surface, she was a friendly, church-going mom, the kind of person no one would ever question. But behind the potlucks and Sunday service smiles, something was brewing, something that would eventually shake the entire community. It all began with a simple moment during a church volleyball game. Candy and Allan Gore bumped into each other. Nothing unusual, but the spark between them was impossible to miss. What started as small talk turned into long glances, and soon they were meeting privately, trying to convince themselves it was just an arrangement. They even wrote out rules, strict ones, to make sure feelings never got involved. But secrets like that don't stay neat for long. While Allan and Candy were slipping away to motels, Betty Gore, Allan's wife, was at home preparing for the arrival of their second child. She had no idea her life was shifting underneath her. When Allan told Candy that Betty was pregnant, the affair should have ended. Instead, it only made everything more complicated. Candy tried to pull back, Allan wavered, and the tension between what they wanted and what they knew was wrong kept building. By the summer of 1980, everything finally exploded. On June 13th, Candy went to Betty's house like it was any other day. But that visit turned into a confrontation that would change everything. Betty asked about the affair, calm at first, then increasingly emotional. Candy admitted it, expecting anger, maybe tears. She didn't expect Betty to reach for an axe. What happened next came straight from Candy's own testimony. Two women struggling, fear rising with every second, until Candy claimed something in her snapped when Betty told her to be quiet. Moments later, the quiet Texas home was still again, but nothing about what had happened inside it was quiet. Investigators described the scene as something straight out of a horror film. Neighbors were stunned. Friends couldn't believe Candy, the woman who organized church events and volunteered with kids, could be involved in something so brutal. The trial became a spectacle. Candy admitted she'd done it, but insisted it was only to defend herself. Her legal team brought in a psychiatrist who claimed she'd buried childhood trauma so deep that in a moment of fear, it erupted as uncontrollable rage. The jury listened, weighed every detail, and in a decision that shocked nearly everyone, acquitted her. To this day, people still debate what actually happened in that house. Was it fear? Was it fury? Or was it something even more complicated? Something only Candy and Betty experienced in those final moments. The story lingers because it forces a bigger question. How well do we ever really know the people around us? And decades later, as new shows and articles dig back into the case, one thing hasn't changed. This is a story that refuses to fade, a reminder that behind the most ordinary lives, the most unexpected secrets can be